Hello everyone. Welcome to 4 days online FTP on applied machine learning using Python, organized by Department of Information Science and Engineering, NMMIT, NITTE. Day 4. Today's topic is exploring the Vecka tool. I am Nikita Saurabh, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC, NMMIT, NITTE. In the last video, we had downloaded the Vecka tool and then we had seen how to install it. Today's video we will explore the tool, various functionality of the tool in processing the machine learning algorithms on the chosen data set. Double click the icon. Click the Explorer button. Now as you can see, this is the Vecka Explorer which has various tabs. Each tab corresponds to different functionality. You have pre-processing, classify, cluster, associate, select attributes and visualize. Now we can select the data set through any one of the options. You can load a file of instances or load the instances from a URL or load instances through a database or generate any artificial data. So now when I say I would like to use the first option, open a file of instances, I would select this particular button. Now Vecka already has some data sets that can be used for the testing purpose, so which is stored in the folder called data. So go to the location where the Vecka is installed and you have a data folder. Open this and you can see a list of data sets in the ARFF format. So we can select any one of this. So I would select the weather data set, select and open. Now as you see, the weather data set is loaded onto the Vecka tool. So this has 14 instances, out of which 4 attributes are the features of the data set, and the last attribute, play, it is the target attribute. So now if you click on any of the attribute, you would see here each of the attribute, the values the attributes take. So Outlook takes values like sunny, overcast and rainy, and then temperature takes hot, mild and cool, humidity takes high and normal, windy, true or false, and the target attribute take yes or no. So basically when you want to predict something using this data set, you are predicting whether you can play outside or not based on the weather conditions, and the weather conditions are defined by these attributes, outlook to windy. Now if you see here, the blue colored represents the positive instances, that is yes, you can play, and the red color represents the negative instances, no, you can't play. So out of 14 instances, 9 are yes and 5 are no. So if I click the attribute outlook, now you can see that for the 5 of the instances, outlook has a value sunny, 4 of the instances outlook has a value overcast, and for 5 of the instances outlook has a value rainy. So if you see for sunny, out of 5 instances, few of them are negative and few are positive, whereas for overcast all the 4 instances are positive. Here again few are negative and few are positive. Now let us see how to apply a classification algorithm to this particular data set. So go to the classify tab. So in the classifier section you can choose any of the algorithms. So you have various classifiers like base classifiers, we have function classifiers, under which you have logistic, multi-layer perceptron, we have SMO. SMO is nothing but the support vector machine. We also have under lazy section we have this IBK, which is nothing but k nearest neighbor. Under meta section we have bagging, ADA boost and multi-scheme and various other stacking, vote, all ensemble learning methods. Next under rule section we have these. Under tree section we have J48, which is implementation of a C4.5 decision tree algorithm, and we have random forest. so on. So you can choose the classifier whichever you desire and apply it to the data set. So I will choose the k nearest neighbor classifier. Now once you choose the classifier, you have the various test options, like you can apply for the entire data set. It can be taken as a training set. You can supply a separate test set by clicking this option, and then you can select a file, open a file which is having the test instances, or you can go for cross validation k-fold. So number of what is the value of k, whether you want 10-fold, 5-fold cross validation, and whether you want to split the data set into training set and the testing set. So if I give like 70%, so this means that 70% of data will be taken for the training and the remaining 30% will be used for the testing, that is taken as a testing set. So now if I apply this, the algorithm k nearest neighbor is applied on the selected data set. So this is the result what we have got. So if you scroll up, you would see that the test mode is split percentage, 70% for training, remainder is the testing set. And this has chosen instant based classifier IB1. So IBK can be any number of neighbors k defines. So here if you would see on the evaluation, correctly classified instances are 1, incorrectly classified are 3. So not very good performance. So why only 4 instances are classified? Because 30% is only the test set, that is it includes only 4 instances out of 14. So you can see other evaluation metrics over here, that is mean absolute error, root mean squared error, precision, recall, ROC area. Okay, we also can see the confusion matrix. So different evaluation metrics is given over there. So if I want to choose cross validation, so if I choose this and then I want to apply the same algorithm, then yes, there is a improvement in the performance. So I can see that 57%, that is 8 are correctly classified and remaining are incorrectly classified. So likewise you can choose the algorithm of your choice and then check how the algorithm performs on the given data set and evaluate it through the required whichever evaluation parameters you desire to. Similarly, if you want clustering to be performed, you can go select the cluster tab, wherein you can select different algorithms, that is hierarchical cluster, simple k-means algorithm, and then the same procedure. We can go for, if you want to apply association like a priori algorithm, we can choose this. Now sometimes if the data set has huge number of attributes and you want to reduce the features or reduce the number of attributes, you can do feature selection. So you have various feature selection algorithms over there. Under each of them there are different categories of the feature selectors. So here under subset evaluation I have best first algorithm for feature selection. If I apply this on the data set we have selected, then out of 5 attributes, if you see, it has selected only 2 attributes, that is outlook and humidity attributes. Okay, so based on its search criteria, this is out of 5 only 2 attributes have been selected. So out of 5, in essence, fifth one is a target attribute. So basically out of 4 attributes, the features on which the final decision is made, out of 4 attributes only 2 attributes are chosen. Likewise we can select different other algorithms whichever we want to test on a data set. So this is about feature selection. Now in the beginning also, when I load the data set, before I apply the classification algorithms or clustering algorithms, if I want to select certain features, then I can apply this filters directly over here and I can select any of the features. If I select attribute selection, then it has best first DNS. So when I apply over here to the data set, you can see over here out of 4 attributes, 2 have been chosen and the last one is a target attribute. And another option is like if you want to edit the data set. Okay, this is a data set what we have loaded, which has 14 instances. It has got now, since I removed out of 4, only 2 have been used here. So the 4 attributes are gone, only 2 attributes are remaining. So if I want to add extra instances, then I can give add instance. Automatically instances will be added. I can undo to remove the instances what has been added. Once adding the instances, I can even customize the instances. I can put the values whichever I desire and change the data set. Okay, so if you do not want it, you can undo it and then you can keep the original data set. Okay, so this is about how we can load a particular data set whichever of your interest and apply the various classification algorithms, do the feature selection and evaluate the algorithms based on the various evaluation criteria. So this is a very good tool if you want to do a comparison study between various machine learning algorithms and evaluate them based on various performance criteria. So another thing I would like to tell here is, if you want to generate some artificial data just for testing purpose, you don't have a data set and you want to test a few algorithms, then if you click over this, so it gives you various generators. So if I say generate, then it automatically generates data set, and you can see this data set has 10 attributes and the last 11th attribute is the class attribute, that is the target attribute. So if you want to check this data set, so you can see the attributes over here with so many instances that is automatically being generated. So artificial data can also be generated, which you can use for the testing purpose. So thank you. This is the end of today's lecture. In the tomorrow's video, I would like to tell you how to create an ARFF file from a Excel data set, how to convert Excel data set to a CSV format and then to a ARFF format, and how to load that data set onto the Vecka tool and apply the algorithms. Thank you.